look into a scenario in which Africa has a draft. Basically, we'll use Egypt and South Africa to pick countries because Egypt and South Africa make sense to use. Because they're the two strongest. Egypt is the strongest, so for the sake of this video, we'll just pretend they declare war on South Africa. Which would mean they have the first choice. Which may be good, but could also be bad. They pick Algeria. South Africa picks Angola, which is strong. But why? Egypt picks Morocco. Hey look, Morocco and Algeria working together. South Africa picks Ethiopia. Egypt picks Nigeria. South Africa picks Sudan. Wait, what? Yep. Egypt takes Somalia. South Africa takes Democratic Republic of the Congo because it's full of resources. Egypt takes Niger. And South Africa is taken by South Sudan because of linking up. Egypt picks Tanzania. And South Africa picks Mali. Burkina Faso is picked by those countries. Libya is picked by the blue team. The red team picks Tunisia. And the blue team picks... let's see who they should pick. Chad. The red team picks Mauritania. The blue team picks Guinea. The red team picks guess who? You wouldn't believe it. They pick Mozambique. So they pick... out of that, they picked Zimbabwe. And then the red team picks Eswatini, so the blue team picks Lesotho. And to keep their team's foothold here, they pick Western Sahara. And the blue team picks Kenya, and the red team picks Eritrea, and the blue team picks Djibouti. The red team picks Cameroon. The blue team picks Sierra Leone. Red team picks Equatorial Guinea. The blue team picks Liberia. And the red team picks Benin. The blue team picks Uganda. The red team picks Togo. The blue team picks Namibia. The red team takes Zambia. Blue team takes Botswana. I just realized something. Look. And so, the red team picks Ghana. Cote d'Ivoire is picked by the blue team. Gabon's picked by the red team. The blue team picks Republic of the Congo. The red team picks car, because they want to drive a car. I guess we'll have more cars in the war. Get it? Car. The red team picks Malawi. The blue team picks Rwanda. The red team picks Burundi. The blue team picks Madagascar. And I'm going to count the surrounding islands as part of this choice. Because, And then Senegal is picked to be the part of the red team. So the blue team decides maybe since we have to pick Gambia, we will. So we'll quickly advance there. But the ones who get the first advance in these videos is always the red team. But if we give the blue team the first advances, the red team's already dead. So we can't really do that. Be that evil, if you guys know what I'm saying. As the Gambia is taken out, parts of South Africa are moved into. Southern Congo and Rwanda is taken out. Parts of Kenya and Ethiopia. But nothing's as big as Egypt's advances. The advances near Egypt are the biggest ones just because of strategy. And now we're talking strategy, so why not talk strategy? Because strategy is pretty chill. And strategy is probably the most important thing in a war with them moving down the coast. And back in the Senegal, even Mauritania. and taking back the red hold. And Ethiopia manages to do it to the best they can, but they kind of don't do so well in Eritrea. With South Africa really teaching a lesson to all these nations that thought they could get away with invading them. And the DRC pushes them kind of back. So does it here. But the problem isn't occurred yet for them, as South Africa moves right up into Mozambique and connects with the Congo to make a more concrete front down here. And over here, Ethiopia, with the help of Somaliland rebels, seizes that land. And into Cairo they go. They driving in the car. But now the red team makes some moves. I mean, they can also counterattack when they make a move too, which I didn't show. And the movements into Libya go super well, because Libya is a weak country, which the red team bragging about its control of it, even though they're failing in a lot of other fronts to even advance. You know. They do kick back the blue team, who hasn't managed to make a good enough stronghold here, but not really fair, because they did do a pretty good job with their strongholds. But they do move into the Republic of Congo as they're trying to start a two-front war for the Congo, which they did. Ethiopia's fighting a two-front war and doing pretty well. Now the blue team makes advances, which they do counterattack Egypt, but not that well. Egypt's the leader, so they're strongest for the sakes of this video, which they are. Their stronghold is North Africa, just like this team's is South Africa, and a small part of West Africa. With Somalia being kicked out of the war, and multiple countries are already out of the war, including Somalia, soon going to be Mozambique, Malawi, Burundi is out. Let's see what happens in this front. Well, after months of failing to counterattack, they have to surrender. It's really, the new focus is to push down south, but they can't really move there, so they move into Chad from the south. Chad gets taken out of the war, and some major players. But during these attacks, Ethiopia makes the offensive. Yep, even though it's not their turn, hypothetically. They make good advances too. And with Nigeria not doing so well, I don't know why. Maybe they're just stuck. And Algeria and Morocco are trying to hold the Azawad territory, with them using with a lot of the military strength being used here, realizing that the teams will have trouble if their capital of the red team is gone. They move towards Egypt, which is bad news for Egypt, with them focusing a lot of their troops on taking Egypt. Egypt fights to the last drop of blood. I know, that's kind of crazy to say, but yeah. And I'm basically pushing them out. This offensive, despite having 5-1 casualties on Egypt's favor, they managed to get to here. Egypt's 112 million people, or something crazy, resists it. But I'm starting to send more and more troops. Starting to become bloodier. It's basically a bloodbath. Egypt having all of its troops basically try to protect Cairo, but Cairo does manage to fall. With the rest of the team still fighting, but with the capital of this alliance being taken, the correlating the attacks is getting harder. With all the troops that were used throughout the rest of Africa being put here. And what about in a treaty? Well, usually in these videos I punish the attacker. With all of this, Maybe I'll change the borders a bit. With basically South Africa and Egypt will meet on negotiating terms. These nations started falling, and Azawad Revolt, that I didn't tell you was actually Azawad Revolt in the beginning, has fallen. And they all decided to have a treaty with harsh terms. Kinda harsh, not the harshest, but harsh. Libya got the Libyan corridor in Tunisia. Egypt got the worst. Nigeria got the best. So did Western Sahara, but yeah. Or did Algeria and Morocco get working cut in half? Hard to function a country like that. And Mali became a square. The biggest beneficiary of this treaty was Gambia. They gained lands. And Libya did pretty good for themselves, considering they now have access to the open Atlantic. So now they can just build a port on the open Atlantic and not have to worry about Western sanctions or whatever. They won't need to worry. They can go to America if they want. And America will love this. Djibouti did good. The East African Federation came. That's what happened to Mauritania. Some nations didn't get anything. Like most that didn't border someone. But look, even Botswana got land. See? They can have that. I don't know if that's connected or not, but yeah, they can have it. And that's pretty much all for today's video. Please like and subscribe, guys. Why should you subscribe? It's great for the channel. That's all for today's video. Wild Mapper out. Bye, guys.